Hi guys, so this has come up recently. This is psychic, it's not about my health. This has come up recently and it's something I really want to address, and that is some of the cultural differences that we encounter as psychics with regard to spirits. In quite a lot of countries, to be a psychic, to be different, to be an empath, to be a healer is viewed negatively. Now, most of my clients are in Australia. Not all, but most of my clients are in Australia, and we have these Australian values and views. But except for the indigenous population, we're all migrants or children of migrants. So sometimes someone will come for a reading or to speak to a spirit, and traditionally, culturally, there is no way that spirit wants to come through because they don't want their child or grandchild to be labelled with the crazy that would have happened in their own generation, in their own culture. So this can be really difficult, and it's something that it's quite hard to address. So often with people like this, it could be a second or a third visit before you actually get the spirit comfortable enough to come through. So I recently saw somebody and I just could not access this spirit. Now, other spirits came through, and after the person had gone, the spirit came through in a bit of a panic, remembering that time is man-made. So he didn't make it through for the appointment, so he was late. The other thing was he was very, very concerned not to put his daughter in the position of being outcast in the community, not to be labelled as crazy, because within his time, people like me or people that spoke to spirits or said they saw spirits were locked up, and realistically that's not that long ago. I come from Lancashire. A lot of people have heard of the Lancashire witch trials, and that's quite recent history. So then I went on and worked in mental health and mental handicap, and a lot of people were locked up for believing what we now see as normal. So a spirit can be very, very scared of coming through, and it's not that they don't love the person, it is because they love the person. It is because they don't want their loved one to be ostracized, and they're seeing it from their own memories and not from how we've evolved, and not for how accepting people in Australia are about spirits. Where this runs into a few problems is often that spirit will be with their loved one. So another thing is that some cultures will put things on their doors or on their windows or just inside the house to keep spirits out, which I get, I understand, but you're not just keeping bad spirits out, you're keeping all spirits out. So you're keeping your grandfather, your grandmother, your father, any siblings that may have passed on. And some people just do it because that's what's always been done, and some people knowingly do it. So one of the things to be really careful of when you're blocking spirits from coming in, You're blocking the ones that love you and care about you and want to be there for you as well. Culturally, we are all different in how we've been raised and how people deal with psychics and faith and religion and belief. But being psychic, it's a blanket, it covers all. And the other thing where there's a problem when it comes to spirits is time. Time is man-made. Spirits do not have our time. So unless when you've got in your car to go for a meeting, you've said, please will you come with me, please will you come to the appointment, it's not good enough to go, I'm going to a psychic on Friday, when they don't have a Friday. So although culturally it may make it harder to speak to a spirit, they like to be invited. And because there is no time, you need to tell them, it's now, this is when we're going, please appear, this person can see you, this person I trust. Have that conversation with your spirit before you get to the psychic or the channel or the medium, so that the person is relaxed enough to speak to. Otherwise you leave disappointed because you've gone to speak to a spirit but is too scared to come through because of the repercussions it might cause on your life. So the reason why this is slightly different when you do a speaking to spirits event is that we're putting out this collective power. The preparation I do before an event is like putting a neon light above my house going, spirits welcome, come chat. Whereas when it's a one-to-one, it falls a little bit more on the client to invite their loved one with them. I hope that makes sense. And the thing is, one of the things that I do is, if something like this happens and a spirit comes through and speaks to me and explains to me why and what, then I will re-offer the service at no cost to the person, because it's not the person's fault. It is the spirit that had a problem with it. This doesn't mean I don't get paid. It's like with a funeral, you don't charge the living a dead man's cost. The spirit will pay in kind, whether it's, at the moment I'm looking for a car, so whether it's they find me a good deal, or they protect my animals, or they whatever, but they will pay in kind. So I still get paid for it, just in a different way. So if you're going specifically to want to speak to a spirit, don't forget, invite the spirit with you. Remind them that you're in Australia and you're not going to be ostracised. There's going to be no negative repercussions if they come through. Because, like, when I pass, I'm going to go with my memories, and I'm going to go with the memories that for a lot of years in England I was looked down on for what I could do. I came into my own in Australia, where there isn't the same kind of negativity towards people like me. So we're becoming more aware globally. I'm accepted now in England for what I do, no problem. But as a child, it had to be a secret. We didn't talk about that. It didn't fit in with the fact that I go to church. Okay, thank you for your time. I hope that makes sense. And whether it's coming to me or going to another reader, if it is a spirit you're after speaking to, you speak to the spirit first, invite them. bring them in, tell them when your appointment is, remind them, okay, because time is man-made, and so I'm going to be at their house in 5 minutes. Please meet me there, okay? Right, take care. Please like and subscribe. We are moving more back into the spirit world and the psychic world, because I'm on my way to recovery, so it's getting back to things I love. Okay, thank you for your time, and I hope this has helped you. I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.